Because we are also bound by certain norms and they are at times pretty strict and we don't deviate much. We are trying our best and there is enough elbow room to work in that area. There is a challenge. There is definitely a challenge. If you are looking at some 7% of less than 10% of employment at the PG level or so that means what we are teaching is actually not required. And myself, I have my own entrepreneurial ventures. I look at there is a gap, there is a requirement. आपको चाहिए करूँ, and that's a general societal issue also. I need honesty, I need integrity. I don't need any skill at all. But I am not able to find, I am saying, for my this thing, I am not able to find whom I can trust. Or who says that I will be there at 7 o'clock and will be there at 7 o'clock. Or I will do my duty. Even counting of bags, this is small, which is the most basal level job. Now if you after third day, fourth day, he would start finding that how to make money out of the sale. So you have the problem is of this kind of a skill. The counting takes से 10 तक सभी को पता है. Someone can't count till 50, he'll count till 10. बोले भाई 10 निकल गया, रुक जाओ मैं फिर 10 कर. But integrity कहाँ से लाई? Character कहाँ से लाई? और वो character missing, absolutely missing.
And in the organization also it takes so much of time to trust and to find out basically. To identify that this person
spend so much of time, resources and also money to create this, but it's a long time taking and the competitors are waiting and watching. The moment person comes up to that level, he is picked up for higher wages and salary. Coaching also.
So I tell you, I think in the administration and IAS offices, I don't know, like as you were talking, I was just thinking, when I was working with the Ministry of Women and Child Development, the Joint Secretary and Secretary, they have some skills. I don't know, they found out, they just pick up the right person for their, they will be the right hand and to whom they have some, either they are in a syllabus, the most shooting they must have some, I don't know, as you were saying, it just clicked me, I used to say कि I don't know, सबको कैसे पता होता है कि ये हार्ड वर्किंग है, इसी को काम देना है, इसी को ये चीज देनी है, और वही पर्सन उतना एफिशिएंट होता है, तो मैं बोलती थी, I don't know, as you were saying, I was thinking maybe IAS officers
that is earned after a lot of experience.
That type of exposure, that type of experience.
Other day I was telling someone, इतना समय नहीं लगता, आप 10 लोगों को खड़ा करिए तो with the 90% of accuracy, I can tell that so and so has this kind of an attitude. I was a secretary at Rashtrapati Niwas, there are large number of people working, and you know what happens? Whenever they are presenting themselves, they are at their best. They are trying to fake as much as they can. But you know, then you are able to see through and go through. And judging the character and the integrity aspect is the most difficult part because you can't find out if the people have that level of integrity. But yes, if someone walks in and someone is in the organization 1, 2, 3, 4 and dots connect so fast, people may think that it is difficult to actually understand and find out. But it's so loud. The moment you observe, you find that yes, there is a problem. And at times, you know, you meet people those who have absolute integrity. Absolute. I've seen a large number of scientists those who are working on high-performing projects, and they will just come and sit next to you. You're not going to be able to find out if this guy is a peer or he is a scientist. And he is a scientist of the highest order. You don't come to know until he quietly walks into the ministerial corridor and goes to some place where he is taking care, and then he walks out, and then if he sits with the peon, you will actually mistake कि सुपानी तो जमाना है. he has small छोटा सा मोबाइल गंदा सा वो and he stopped at the gate. He is like to say नहीं हटो गाड़ी आ रही है, and he will go and stand on a footpath in the sun. Nobody would know. Only those who know that what he is, they will quietly come. He is come, and then they are spotted and they do that. Most unassuming. But then look at the credibility. Look at they are working, and they are absolutely. That's why I say, why as a country we still have so much of visibility, because there are people who are really, and they have nothing to gain, nothing to gain. Their families are disturbed, their children are also missing them. Some of them have a problem, SRMU Lucknow, he's gone into some kind of a drug addiction and something like that. But he has no complaint of this. Absolutely no complaint. So he is no complaint in life. Yeah. So when you actually work with people, country requires a lot of sacrifices. As a society, we have remained as what we are. I think we have that remain. And there are certain people who must have that we should have occasion and try to hold what is true, what is ethical, and even sacrifice to it. So, Akka, what is the second?
Sir, we have this R is Social Services and Development Foundation. So we were traveling in public care, nutrition, climate. That's our actually background and forte. And we have we as a team we have worked with the organization like World Health Organization, UNICEF. We have worked with World Bank, CARE, International CARE. Worked with a lot of international organization here in also country, and here we have worked with the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Health, locally here in the state of UP and also at the level. And presently my role, I am heading the organization, looking after this organization, but I am also engaged with the World Bank for an advisory role. So where I put 5 to 6 days or 10 days in a month. So that's my advisory role with the bank. So we work very closely with the bureaucracy, with the government system, because we say that we have to, because government system is the last system. If we talk about the public health services, and no system can replace it. As an international agency or maybe a local nation level agency, we can't replace it. So our approach is to strengthen the system. So we have to be very closely working with the system to bring some changes. Like she has worked a lot on behavior change communications and training and capacity building behavior change. This is their forte. And we have also worked very much on the nutrition, malnutrition of the children, women and child. That's like a forte area. And working with that, because we have handled the large team bears in our past experience, and also the interest area, like when we look towards the youth, present youth. Earlier in our time we were missing the guidance, not even the right or wrong guidance, we were missing the guidance. At my time I was looking for this Pioneer weekly magazine to get the right guidance. Now the problem is not we say that we have information on tips. Absolutely. But we have a lot of information on tips. It's very difficult for me, for example, if I talk about as a student, as a young professional, to filter that out. What really aligns with my priority? What is really going to help me in helping? Then there comes a role of a mentor, a guide, a teacher, a professor. Like say in academics, like I was talking about, if I teach mathematics, that's my top priority. If I am professor in under your guidance in your university, will ask me, Rakesh, what's your performance in mathematics? My results, my performance will be measured in that way. Why I would put lot of efforts in grooming their personality, until unless I have personal interest or maybe motivation.
I could be, maybe she could be like that. But it's about the individual, depending on the individual. But if we have that mechanism, like sir, we talk about the communication, we talk about the team building issue, we talk about the differently, primarily the hard skills. But what you touched upon is a really valuable thing, that's like integrity, that trust, that loyalty, that one can trust on you. It's like if I'm a very good communicator, a very good higher skill, you can have it. But afterwards, if you realize that I don't have integrity, I don't have honesty, you can't trust me that I am reaching on time, I am managing things very well, you are not going to upgrade me, or even you will not have in your close team, right? Sir? So, but this thing is not taught, and it's the process. We cannot teach them in 1 or 2 sessions. So even when we talk about this thing, I said, in my personal view, I feel that we should start from class 6 onwards, instilling that because we talk about the employability, workplaces. What about the life skills? If I am having problem in my life, in my personal, in my family, I am not going to work very well in my profession or in my workplace. So we cannot differentiate that only focus on your work skills and employability skills. Be very smart in that. And on the other hand, you completely ignore your life. So life is not that I'm going to make it perfect. But it is you are informed that these things happen in life, in work, and you have to balance it. So that's like I'm looking from that angle to that's
This public health, see, this world organizations which you see, I had an opportunity to work with them in Kabul, Afghanistan, and in Sudan. Sudan, some areas were there which were actually the North and South Sudanese, basically militia, they were fighting. Because of that, all the hospitals and the health infrastructure absolutely was non-existent. And there's no concept of health. It was like disease and death. There was nothing in between. You are healthy, then there is a disease, and there is a death. So there was no intervention that someone can improve upon. And then violence was so much, and the killing pattern used to be that cut open the body, the person would bleed and die. And person would die, it would be like there are 3-4 persons, they have cut open the abdomen, person, obviously they don't die immediately, they are just on the roadside, they are bleeding, but nobody cares. But they know that 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something like that. So those are the timelines when people say. So life gets absolutely a different meaning when you actually see this kind of treatment where the human lives have actually no value and there is no health infrastructure. When we did it with the abdomen cut open and the intestine outside, it needs to be stitched. But that has to be done in OT. There is no OT. There is no. So absolutely. And what is the level? World Food Program is giving out $1,000 for this thing. The moment person gets out with that $1,000, immediately printed outside, they change over to rice, not rice, wheat, and other items. The moment he gets out of the camp, that is also looted. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 installments. And now what they give is basically agricultural tools, fishing tools, and this. ये लेके जाओ, मच्छी मार के खाना शुरू करो, उसके बाद
That is the difference between development and development.
Huh? Your choice. Your choice. So it's
So that time, कोई agency was there any agency working on it for help?
large number.
But because of the
International agencies, they would set up something, but there is hardly anything. If the UN flight comes in, they bring something, but then their priority is different.
But even we also have very strict security protocol. If we have security threat to our staff, we will not look back. They have said I also got it.
So it is. Only thing was Ethiopia did not have as many mines as South Sudan. Because the mine, the whole crack rate is high. Absolutely different. Keep demining and then hardly any place where you can move on. So it used to be you have to use helicopter to go down, do your job and get evicted out of that. So actually health takes, hopefully we are now improving slightly.
You can sign and Sir can sign.
Some